Hi guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how I studied for the DAT. So the DAT is the dental admissions test, and you probably already know that, but it's a very rigorous test that tests your knowledge and helps you get into dental school. So today I'm going to be talking about like my process and kind of like how I went about it. If you're wondering why I have a spoon, well, maybe you looked at the title, so you know that I'm going to be filming and doing a mukbang as well. So for that, we've got a parfait. So why did I think so long about that? So I've got a vegan parfait here. It's vegan cashew yogurt, and I've got like flaxseed, hemp seed, chia seeds, and all kinds of berries. And I've also got a pumpkin pie smoothie. So anyway, that's just like banana, pumpkin spice, milk, the works. Let's get to it. So my original plan for studying for the DAT was that I was going to study throughout the fall semester. I had originally planned to take it in January of 2019, so fall 2018 was going to be my study semester. And I was taking 12 credits of classes during that time, so it shouldn't have been like a big deal for me to try to fit it in as if it were another class. Yet it was. Like, it was just really overwhelming for me. Like, it's kind of hard to just like push life aside, and later on I did learn that. So of course I was really overwhelmed, and I thought maybe I should just put it off and just wait and just study over the winter break. So I started focusing on perceptual ability, which is the PAT section, and I did that for around once a week, like around 30 minutes to an hour. From there I was just kind of like testing myself. I used like little things that I could find here and there online. I looked for advice on Instagram, on Facebook, like basically anywhere I could find it. I also joined the DAT study group. I think it's through DAT bootcamp study group, and you don't have to have bootcamp, I don't think, to join it. So I think everyone's welcome to join that. And that kind of helped me from other people's perspectives how to get started with my studying. Take a bite of this. My strawberries taste kind of weird. Oh well. I started studying for the PAT section, and oh my god, I sucked. Like, literally sucked. That's how bad I sucked. Like, angles, hole punch, keyhole. Just kidding, I was meh on keyhole, but cube counting, meh. Top front end, pattern folding. Like, it was just a big mess for me. I just didn't do well on anything. I did the PAT practice also, just like to help me start getting better with visualizing things and measuring lengths in my head, and that like I was okay at, but the real thing was like
sucky.
So anyway, finals ended, and I just knew I had to get started. I had 30 days to take it because I started studying on December 17th, and then my test was on January 18th. I had scheduled it. I guess it's 31 days. The grind of it was December 17th to January 18th, 8 to 12 hours a day, usually like 10 hours, sometimes up to 14 hours if I really needed to focus and get something down in my system, like literally get glycolysis down in my system. But yeah, holidays and birthdays, it was 6 hours, and if it was closer to my test day, because I know my mom's birthday was closer to that, then it was just like 8 hours that I would study, and then I would go and do something with them. The resources that I used for the DAT were DAT Bootcamp, and I also used their app. I started kind of using their app throughout the semester, but it wasn't really like as helpful as the program on the website itself. Other resources that I used include textbooks to reinforce and clarify any concepts that I was kind of iffy on or confused on. I used YouTube, like Khan Academy, Leah for Sci. I also used like the organic chemistry tutor, basically anything that could help me clear up a concept or maybe explain it better, because bootcamp does a really good job at explaining things, but sometimes you just want to hear it from somebody else. I also used old lecture notes, which I kept most of my things. Like, I kept a lot of my OChem stuff, I kept a lot of my bio stuff, I kept, what else? I also used the internet, like science websites, anything that I could deem credible to I don't know, I just use science websites like that would explain like glycolysis. No, things that would explain other concepts that I was kind of struggling with. My hair, oh my goodness. I also use The Atlantic and The Guardian. I use these for reading just to better my reading, kind of like learn how to read quicker, just because I'm not like a reader. I also used other people's study videos like this. Hey, I did this too, so if you're watching this, you're definitely on the right path. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure you are. Those were all the resources that I used. I really didn't use anything else. I mainly just did like DAT bootcamp for mostly everything. They give you like all the videos for Gen Chem. They give you all the videos for OChem, I think. And for bio, I just used their notes. I didn't use Cliffs. I didn't use DAT Destroy. I didn't use any of that. Anyway, so going back to my studying. I love pumpkin stuff. Okay, so meanwhile, it's January 8th, 10 days till the exam. My study schedule was kind of weird, like I'll show you. So this is a letter pad. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, so here it says January 2nd, Gen Chem Chapter 1, OChem Chapter 9, and review the alkynes, bio-nervous system, review the R&D. I don't know what that is. Oh well. Read for 15 minutes, and that's like an article. Take a math test. Watch the quantitative reasoning GRE video, and PAT, which will focus on angle ranking, cubes, and keyholes. So it says 20 minutes to angle ranking, 15 minutes to cubes, and 20 minutes to keyholes. So that was a Wednesday, and then the next day I would take a reading test. I would do the math review and the videos, and I would do endocrine system, alkenes and alkynes, Gen Chem Chapter 2, PAT angles, patterns, and top front end. That's kind of like what my schedule was like. It was very different. I planned it all myself. I didn't like any of the schedules that I found online. People have like these like, oh, 1 month DAT study schedule, but that just wasn't for me. Like, I think that I know myself the best. You're studying throughout like a really busy period of the year, which is finals, and you're busy with Christmas or Hanukkah or any celebrations that you have at the end of the year, New Year's, birthdays. Pretty much there's a lot going on, for me at least. So I knew that I had to do it myself, my own schedule, because only I would be able to do that. So it's January 8th. I still haven't finished the Gen Chem section, and like PAT is still a mess. I am okay with bio. I mean, I was a bio major, so that was pretty easy for me. And OChem, I was okay. I really hadn't taken any Gen Chem or OChem tests on DAT bootcamp until like the week of my exam, because I just wasn't done reviewing all the material, and I didn't want to see like a bad score. I did take some Gen Chem tests, and it was just like less than 15, less than 15, less than 15. So I didn't want to keep saying that, because I knew that I was scoring lower because I hadn't finished reviewing everything. So I studied, kept going, and I studied up until the day of the exam. Like, they tell you not to study the day before so you can relax, but like I was just on edge, literally always on edge about the test. It was just so daunting to me that one test like controls where you can go to school, and like can control like who wants you there, and just like your future. That's just kind of scary to me. So it's January 17th, the day before the test, and I still suck at PAT. It was tragic. It really was. Like, I would take the practice test. I never did I did one full-length test, but I only did one. I just didn't like sitting there for 5.5 hours. I just felt like that wasn't necessary for me. It was nice to have, yes, the option was great, but I didn't do it. So I took just a lot of the mini tests, like the individual ones, and I took the PAT ones, and I always scored bad. It always said less than 15 or 14, sometimes less than 13, and it's just they don't put a number because they don't want to hurt your feelings probably or discourage you. But alas, I was discouraged. So yeah, up to the day of the exam, I still sucked at PAT. The highest that I ever scored on a practiced exam was a 16. And I was just hoping for the best on the day of the test, because I knew that I wasn't gonna get it. I always did terrible. I studied and studied. It wasn't something that I put off until the end. It was something that I continuously strive to get better at, and I just never did. So yeah, by the end of it, pattern folding, I was okay at it. Hole punching, I was okay. Cubes, easy. Angles, it was like a 25-75 chance that I would get the questions right. And then keyhole, 50-50, top front end, like it just... The point is, the day of the exam came, and it was January 18th. I woke up really early at 6 in the morning. I studied from like 6:15 to like 6:50-ish. I got up, I was ready to go. After I finished my studying, I wasn't hungry, and my mom was driving me to the exam, and she was like, you really need to eat. And I'm like, I'm just not hungry. Like, I really cannot eat right now. I didn't drink any coffee because I just knew that I had all that natural adrenaline built up inside me, and I was just like really nervous, really excited. I went to pee before the exam started, and literally like I could not pee. I was so nervous, which is weird. You would think that you'd be able to pee when you're like really nervous. So anyway, I didn't eat my muffin, I didn't have my coffee, and then when the break came, I was not even hungry either. It was weird. But I did get kind of lucky during the exam. I say kinda because this isn't really lucky. I think this is just like a personal thing that I felt was lucky. My dry erase board was not dry erase-ish. It was like I had to like wipe really, really hard with my hand, and I did, but I don't know if that's allowed. Should I be saying that? Probably not. Okay, I'll show you my notes and stuff. So this is one thing. I would like go through and just kind of like highlight what I needed to reinforce my concepts on. And then I would do a system a day, and then I would review it. For math, I would just do a bunch of math tests, math problems, because for math you just have to practice to get better. For OChem, I took notes on the videos, and then I just like practiced it, tried to memorize the mechanism if I could. And DAT bootcamp also gives you this chemistry summary reaction sheet, so I used that. I had a paper where I started to write down like important equations for chemistry that I thought would be helpful. I did a lot of OChem practice, like OChem chapter 13. It's a lot. It was a lot. I can't believe I did that. So for systems, I would do stuff like this. I don't know if you guys can read that, but that's what I did. So pretty much that's it. That's all I did to study for my test. It was a lot at once. Would I do it again? I don't know, realistically, like, because I don't know what I was thinking. I was like high on some life or something because I just decided to do that, and that's not something normal people do. People take months to study at this, but I'd say you know yourself best, and if you think that you can do it, then go for it. If you don't think you can do it in a month, you need to study for more time, and so study for more time. Focus on the positive. I know it's hard to think about this exam as something positive, but it really is like gonna power your future. Like, it's not a negative thing if you fail or if you don't do as well as you need to, because it's not the end of the world. Like, you'll be able to retake it. It's really not that big of a deal. I stressed out way too much about it, and I didn't let myself do anything during my studying. I forgot to tell you guys my score. Okay, I actually ended up getting a 20 for the academic average, and I scored a 16 on PAT, which I was really happy about. I remember when the score popped up and I saw it, I was really like brain dead at that point, and I really didn't feel joy, but I felt satisfaction in what I had done. And I saw that I got a 16 in PAT, I got a 17 in quantitative reasoning, and that's just because I ran out of time. Like, I still had like 10 more questions to do. I know that I could have done a lot better if I would have paced myself better. I know that math was always like, that was my fault, just timing. Also in reading, I got a 23. In OChem, I got an 18. In biology, I got a 20. And in Gen Chem, I got a 20. So that brought my academic average to a 20. Okay, so to end this mukbang, aka I still haven't finished this. My smoothie is like a third drinking. I'm not gonna call this a mukbang. That's it for me, guys. So if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, do whatever you like, subscribe if you want. But yeah, good luck on your studying. I hope that everything goes well for you guys, and just keep thinking positive. Like, this is our future. We're all working for this, and don't be afraid to reach out to anyone who might be in the same shoes as you. Okay, bye.